If nothing else, after yesterday, it would have been nice if everybody could have identified vertical, adjacent, complementary, and supplementary. Now, if you'll open to the second page, they are identified for you. The same things I had you write down yesterday, you're going to find them listed there. Vertical angles. Let's talk about the highlights. What are they formed by? Two intersecting lines. And what can you tell me about them? Are they next to each other, or what does it say? They are opposite of each other. And what can you tell me about their measurements? Okay. Whatever their measurements are equal. Okay? You take the time to look at that and underline, highlight where that definition is, these important parts of it. They have to be formed by intersecting lines. Have to be. Yes. Sure. They have to be opposite of each other. And their measurements have to be equal. Okay? Adjacent angles. What do they have? They have a common side and a common vertex. Okay? And these will be next to each other. Okay? Complementary. Two angles that add to equal 90. When I see the word complementary, I immediately think blank plus blank equals 90. Two things that are adding up to 90 degrees. Okay? Supplementary. Two angles that add up to 180. Blank plus blank equals 180. Okay? But you understand what we're talking about? Now, if you don't have a sheet of paper out, please get one out for this next bit. Please draw this diagram. Doesn't have to be perfect, but please make sure that you label it like you see it up here. Take the time to draw the diagram. When you're done, if you just say vertical angles, you wouldn't have to write the whole thing out. I gave you this one. I said, if I give you BED, what's vertical to it? And the only one vertical to BED is what? CEA. What can you tell me about CEA and BED as far as their measurements? They are the same. If this one was X, this one's also what? X. Okay, I'm just going to put that there for a minute. Name a pair of adjacent angles. Again, I'm going to give you one to name something adjacent to it. If I give you this one, I'm giving you angle BED, this angle, BED, What's adjacent to it? FEB would work. If I gave you BED again, I heard somebody say the other one, angle DEA would also be adjacent to it. Okay? They're next to. They share a side and a vertex. Name a pair of complementary angles. Here I don't have to give you something. There's only two that I can clearly identify as being complementary in this picture. Does anybody know which two? Maddie? CEF and FEB would not add up to 90 because CEF is what? 90. But over here is also what? No, if this one's 90 here, then over on this side is also what?
90.
So which two angles are going to add up to 90 degrees? BED and FEB. Angle BED, right? This angle, and FEB. I know that if I add those two together, they'd be equal to what? 90 degrees. Everybody with me? See how I got it? If these two add up to 90, how big would this x be? Okay, think about it. If these two add up to 90, how big is this x going to be? It's going to be 30. I'd find it by taking 90 minus 60. If this one's 30, over on this side would have also been what? 30. Okay? We can find the bottom. We're going to find that after we find this. There's lots of supplementary angles, so I'm going to give you one. CEA. I'm going to give you this one. What's supplementary to it? Are we stretching over there, or do we know the answer? Stretching. Okay? Remember, to be supplementary, want to give it a shout, Rochelle? CEF wouldn't make a straight line, so it would not be supplementary. CED is a straight line. No, BED is across from it. They're vertical. Anaya? BEF, 60 and 30 wouldn't add up to 180. AEF would not add up to AED. And here's how I can tell. When I put these two angles together, they form a linear pair. They're a pair of angles that form a straight line, which means they're going to add up to equal 180. With that being said, if this one is 30, how can I find the missing one that's over here? If these two have to add up to equal 180, how can I find the one that's missing here? Maddie? Well, the other direction, 180 minus what? 30, so this angle would be 150 degrees. How many people feel just a little better now about what we've been talking about? Just a little even. I'm okay with feeling a little better. We okay? Okay. Rather than give you a couple more examples, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go ahead and turn to page 256 and start your assignment. Get started on it here so that you have a better idea, if you have a good understanding, before you leave. Okay? Again, notice we're going to do the same thing tomorrow. Did I expect everybody to be at a level 3 or a level 4 yet today? I don't expect it. Please go back to your sheet. Rate yourself now that we've done the lesson. We're rating ourselves on this. How much do you feel you know about using the facts about supplementary, complementary, vertical, and adjacent angles to solve problems to find missing angle measurements? Okay? And then you're going to rate yourself one more time after that, after you finish what? The assignment. I would expect that tomorrow I'd see people who have gone up a little bit.
We have to do all of them?
Yes, everything that's on those 2 pages. Page 256 and page 257. Okay? Was everybody done copying everything that was up there? Everybody got everything they needed? Yep. It shouldn't take long, if that makes you feel better.